Welcome
back to
the
whatever
I
guess
podcast.
we
went
Rock
climbing
recently
and
we
will
shoot
people.
what?
This is episode 15. Le Rock climbing, and that was we practiced that for a week. Welcome
God.
back. We did some things.
Yeah.
We did some things. My colleague Mark and my
I work with him.
fiance Jay.
Yeah.
we
Engaged.
we got a new hobby recently, and also we're piggybacking on the last episode. Pokemon X Harry Potter, and where to find them.
What if Harry Potter characters had Pokemon? What would their team look like, and what they have on them, and we'll justify it.
Yeah, just like pick a character, stereotype. What do you think they would have in their kit?
Yeah, so we went rock climbing. So rock climbing consists of four main things. One, big rocks, so that, I would assume you could climb
That's the
them.
important part.
There's also small rocks as well, but like you need a big rock with small rocks protruding from the big rock in order to do that.
Yeah, that's called bouldering. That's step 2.
Yeah.
Bouldering's fun.
The third thing that's very important in that is having a healthy, respectful fear of heights. That's also really nice to have when you're rock climbing.
Do you actually have a fear of heights?
I don't think I do. I think
That's impressive. I like that
I
doesn't
mean,
compute in
I
my
think
mind.
if I'm on a bridge or a building with a big window, it's like, oh, that makes me uneasy, but I'm not.
It's like the bridge is.
It's like I know I'm safe.
Yeah.
It's a bit like roller coasters. I'm not scared of roller coasters or anything. Or
No, okay.
so it's like I'm probably gonna be safe. I'm not gonna die. I'll be okay. I think if there was a chance of, oh no, I will die, then I would be fearful. But no.
You make a good connection because, like, I think I've only had a fear of one roller coaster, and it was Tatsu at Six Flags, because you go on the outside of the loop.
Oh yeah, that's
And
pretty. Yeah, and you're
You're coming
caught.
off like the entrance of it, and you're getting swung down and then up and out, and that not the downward part because that one's kind of the thrilling part. You're like, oh, it's just like a regular drop, but the swinging up and around part, you're like, if this just didn't hold me. I would be 60 feet on falling, and
Don't
one
have a
time I
proper
did
seat.
slip out of that harness.
Yeah? Oh, no.
That was insane. Yeah, and I would say it's safe, but I couldn't get the last click for some reason that I needed, and I slipped a little bit, but the seat held me, but I felt my chest come under the harness where I think it should have been, and I was like I was cranking it.
I think it's more thrilling when I don't
Crazy.
have the proper seat and I just have a bicycle seat to sit on and my legs are dangling.
You're more comfortable?
No, I think that's more thrilling
Oh yeah.
because it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh no, well, I'm not sitting on
Yeah.
anything.
I would say it's more like yours. I have a healthy respect of heights.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm up there and I'm looking down. I'm like, whoa, I really don't want to be falling from this height. Yup, that's basically what I think. We didn't go randomly out somewhere in the Death Valley,
yeah.
just climb some face. We went to a gym. What
Rock
was the
climbing
gym? What was the gym again? What was it? Do you remember what it's called?
Sender.
Yeah, it's called Senders 1
Sender's one.
or Sender 1.
Yeah, in LA. Yeah, so really cool gym.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Halfway up that first climb that I did was terrifying. I was sweating, hands, feet, everything, and I was so nervous. And then by the end of the day, it wasn't that bad. And then we went recently again, and I don't have a worry at all anymore.
That's good.
And that's what's trippy is I feel like I've pushed that boundary of fear and whatever, and it's usually something I'm not. It doesn't overcome, I guess. But that's the first time it's been complete night and day over the span of 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's again. I think there's the added measure of since it's a gym, the safety of it's built for you to practice and to be safe.
Right.
Yeah, alleviates a lot of it. When I was climbing up, same thing. I was nervous and sweating because I'm like, well, I'm just climbing up this. I've never done it before, so I'm just climbing. Like, because you do a class before you do it if you haven't done it before, and they kind of just show you how to do ropes and like do the belay and everything correctly, and then they go, all right, and they slap you in the ass. They say, go have fun. There's no like, oh yeah, here's how you grab the rocks or something. I mean, I'm sure if you ask the people, they'll tell you, but there's no like, we're gonna hold your hand through it. Like, I guess they watched us do our initial climbs.
Yeah.
But they didn't like tell you what to do as far as climbing technique or something. They just were like, "You're just gonna go for it, figure it out." I was super surprised when we did
They
that.
didn't show us
That
all
like
that.
we walked up. He's like, "Yeah, so this is how you latch it on." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "All right, cool. Now climb." And I was just like, "Oh, I mean, fuck it, I'm gonna climb." But I was like, just straight already. This is so sudden.
They wanted us to rely on our ancestral knowledge of just naturally knowing how to climb.
Yeah, and so, I mean, it worked. I would recommend it to anybody, even if you have a healthy respect of heights, that it's something to try. There's a smaller section that doesn't involve the rope or anything, where you can kind of climb up the littler things that we warmed up with, I would say.
Oh, the bouldering?
Yeah. So, yeah, belaying and bouldering are different. You guys know more, so if you want to explain the difference.
Belaying is with a rope and bouldering is without a rope.
Yeah, it's that simple.
I don't understand.
Separate hooks.
What was the hooks? Yeah, what was
I don't know what that one's called.
I
but
think, is that also bouldering? It's just... No.
No, I think
That's
it's rock
top
climbing, but top roping or top lining.
rope?
That's
Something
what
like
it
that.
Yeah.
But it's
It was
like every
pretty cool.
few
These-
feet you
these
like
guys
latch
are-
onto a thing.
Skilled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were looking at it the other day, and so when you're doing the rock climbing for the newbies, there's like a little knot tying trick at the top that like a small person can be your counterweight while you're climbing, so to speak. But the other one, I don't think that's the case because there's no knot tying trick anymore. So you just latch onto like a hook, and every 5 feet there's a hook. So every time you make progress, you like latch into the new hook.
Yeah, the thing that was scary to me too is like there's the ones where like it's literally just you on your own and you have to latch into things, which is I know how people will actually do actual rock climbing. In certain things they have to like latch into like crevices and stuff and then latch onto that.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that it's simulating it, but there's like the ones that are like overhanging us, and then like I haven't seen. I don't know if you guys saw people actually doing those.
We did yesterday.
You did?
Or 2 days ago or whatever.
Jesus.
Yeah.
This one chick, she went up this like 25 foot or 20 foot thing, and then it was like a 45-degree angle out that she did for
Yeah.
about 10 feet.
Imagine
so
how
it's not just like one and then you're over it. It was like 1, 2, and then you're over it. And then there was this huge rock like thing that they drilled into the wall, and she sat on it once she got there, and it was like that was 3 pegs away from the top. So she got like around it, she threw her leg over and she saddled it, and she was like and the guy was like, yo, nice move. Like,
to me, I wonder, like, I know in actual rock climbing, you're not going to have that, so of course it's better for it in the gym anyways, but I don't think I could ever really do that one just because it's like, once I unhook from the initial thing, then I'm going to be like, I'm just gonna panic now. I'm unhooked from this one and I have to hook onto the next one. I know the whole point is set up to hook onto the next one, but I have sweaty hands and I'm going to be sitting there like, is prime time right now, and I'm afraid.
there was somebody who was doing basically the same difficulty that she was, and they had both systems. So they had the assisted rope,
Okay.
and she was doing, I think it was a chick as well, but she was doing the latching thing. So I think there's a way to do gradations. Like
Okay.
that bridging over to the other system. Yeah. I would actually do that. Yeah, the straight up one, I don't think I'm there yet. I could do a 10A. I could do a 10A, and I could do them fast. That was cool. But a 10B? 10B or 10C. It was a 10C, the yellow one.
10C.
10C was crazy. And me and Mark were looking at it. There was this one, and it was relatively easy. You get up, the first pegs were small, but once you get up the first pegs, it's this huge one. And then there's another huge one, and you're like, oh, that's not that bad. But the first huge one, you couldn't get a good grip in it, and you couldn't put your foot in it right. So it was so unhelpful, and it played with your brain. You're like, this should work, but it didn't, because it's having you go this way, and there's no real way to go that way with it, but you're going this way, and then you have to reach that way. So you have to like do this.
Okay.
You actually have to kind of jump.
You have to literally gamble. You have to like throw yourself to reach it.
If I go again, I definitely need to get a lot of fucking chalk. I need chalk.
Yeah.
We were chalking and then using the gel chalk.
Yeah, might as well. It makes sense.
I wonder if people wear gloves.
I see a lot of people wearing gloves.
I would be so down for gloves.
Gloves that just straight up stick.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then people were doing this thing too with like their foot is like, let's say one foot didn't have a good structural point, they would tap it like against the wall like this to kind of maintain some grip, even though it's like it's better than zero.
Uh-huh.
So like if this was almost negligible, but it's still better than nothing. So they would do this like foot hugging thing that we weren't doing. That's little details you picking up along the way. It's definitely, somebody was calling it like, I love the art of rock climbing. It's not something I would do often. That's what one of the people said there. And I thought that was a great way to describe it. I definitely see it as an art or like a meditation in the form of like a very physical sport.
I saw it as like solving a puzzle. You like
Yeah.
each person is built differently, so it's like, all right, how do I'm this weight with this arm span, how do I get here? Or, you know, some things are just easier because some things are within your grasp. But if you're smaller, it's like, oh, I'm at a lesser weight, I can do this easier than someone who's heavier. It's a puzzle. It's your personal puzzle, climbing this wall.
I never really thought of it like that, but yeah, I'm sitting there going, why is Fatima going to the top? One of our friends. And she's relatively light, but then maybe she's not as fast as Christian, and Christian he's super tall. He's got a huge arm span, so he can just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
So the hard spots for us were easy, but then it comes down to strength and who can throw themselves. It's like different people. So.
Yeah, when we first went initially, which is the only time I went, my initial thought process was that us two would have the hardest time just because we're the biggest and heaviest out of everybody there. So I was like, I know that I think I'm the tallest person out of everybody that went that time. I don't know.
Christian
like,
wasn't there?
I know Christian's like, is he 6 foot?
At least, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
It's like
can't really
5'11".
5'11".
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know he's around my height.
I mean, you would know. You're closer to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know he's around my height. Spoiler alert for everybody out there, sorry to disappoint. I'm 5'11", I know, I almost made it.
Just,
Height
So
reveal
close.
next video.
Or you get the measuring tape out, like the diamond testers, and then test the rods for everything.
We're gonna get absolute level floor.
Yeah. So,
Mark, height reveal, episode 25.
I felt like for the last attempt that I did, which I tired out of, and then I was sweating, and I was like, I don't want to go for this. My thought process was, I play a lot of basketball, so I have good jumping ability, and I was confident. I was like, okay, reaching for this thing, and I was like, oh, I could just straight up just push myself off my legs and jump for it. But with my hands being sweaty, me being tired, I was like, I kind of don't want to go for this, because if I jump and go for it to grab it and I slip and then I smack the wall, I'm gonna be just completely done. Going back, I would have tried it again. I definitely want more chalk like I was talking about. But like you were saying, for everybody's strength, I'm like, I did have the length, and then I was like, I leveraged a lot of like what I was doing for climbs on just my legs, which you're gonna do right for everything.
It's a full body thing.
But I was just like having a real easy time. Whenever I got a good foothold with my legs, I was just like, I could just push myself up very easily every single time. And I was just like, I thought initially, like the others that were there, like Fatima makes sense, like in Christian. For some reason with Fatima, I imagine like for some reason I'm just gonna say like spider monkey, just be like going up.
Yeah, she has a very consistent pace. It's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, like you're saying, it all makes sense. It is cool to see people approach it differently for different reasons. And also, I did feel like cheating for some of the ones I completed, because I'm like, Fatima, for example, she has to go up like 2 more rocks, and then I can kind of just be like,
yeah, just got it.
Here. Honestly, I would recommend it. It was definitely like a workout as well.
You feel good the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, because I worked out the day before, and then we went there, it wasn't like. I mean, again, we're not doing it as hardcore as I'm sure other people do, but it wasn't like super duper strenuous
No,
on the
no.
body.
No, it's very gentle.
Yeah, it was all around like maybe my wrist or hands were kind of sore. Like I took a picture of my hands after because they were just like red a bit and other things, which makes sense, like you're gripping stuff. But
I think I have scrapes.
not much of anything else. Like it was a good amount of cardio as well because you're moving your whole body around, just different angles, holding yourself there. Honestly, just good all around. We would recommend that. I think I would say, right? We all recommend that.
Oh yeah.
And again, the gym's name is
Cinder One.
Cinder One.
Sender One.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored.
Not yet.
Yeah, exactly. Would you guys go actual rock climbing?
When I'm there, skill wise, you know, I feel like I'm gonna get too high and I'm not gonna have the skill set to come back down or keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, huh?
What do I do now?
Yeah.
If it's like assisted and everything, being outside is my absolute favorite thing. So sure, if it's
Okay.
ropes,
Sure,
links,
okay,
helmets,
in that
gear.
case, I'm just imagining like
If it's
true
free
bouldering.
climbing,
Free climbing. That's,
absolutely.
that's what
never, ever.
No. why would I need to put myself at
I've
risk?
watched videos on people free climbing, and even if it's a 25 foot, especially if it's a 25 foot thing, you're gonna be sitting there going, I don't have enough time to scream, dead. There are the crazy people who do Yosemite's Half Dome with no support, or they do those crazy rocks in the middle of the ocean in Mexico with no support, and those are all overhang. Those are insane. Those people are insane. The fitness and the talent and the ability to kind of like approach the same spots 10, 12 different ways, going, if I'm fatigued here, the blah, blah, blah. It's like you're literally playing chess, I think, like, kind of what you're saying. It's very strategic, it's a personal puzzle. I would actually equate it a lot to chess. You can sit there and go right hand, left foot, right leg. Like, you can do every single individual thing. And then it
Wasn't
comes
the
down
group
to
next to us
something.
talking about vertical chess or something? That's
Did
what
they
they're-
say that?
They said the word vertical chess, and I don't know if they're making a joke of playing chess up there or it's like playing chess.
Oh, dude, I
going
would
up.
say it's even more than vertical. But yeah, like if you're boiling it down, vertical chess for sure. I would say it's harder than chess because your strategy isn't the same as there's no opponent. Like your opponent's yourself. So you might know the solution. Can you execute it? But I was watching the dude. I watched one of his videos, and then he actually died doing the same rock climb a couple years later or something. But he's like
Slipped.
shoving this hand into the crevice of these rocks, and then he's doing this like cupping technique or whatever. And then he's like, watch. And so he like does this, and he's got his GoPro on his like forehead, so he's like looking at it, and they just all rest of his body lets go, and he's hanging like this, like 100 feet above water. And he's just like, yeah, see, you just, once you get the skill down, and I'm like, you could never.
So in light of you saying that,
Yeah.
no, I would never do it.
Sorry.
I would never actually, even assisted, and you're like, hey, let's climb up. Maybe if we're like, hey guys, there's this like 30-foot tall cliff thing right here, real easy. Assisted,
mat
we're
out,
gonna
too.
climb with a mat out. You put a jump pad, something out there. I'd be like, I'll think about it. But if it's ever like, hey, you want to do climb this for fun? I'm like, let me think about this. So if something goes wrong, who's at fault? Me. Nah, I'll pass.
Jay's risk averse?
I'm risk averse to that. If something goes wrong at that gym and equipment fails or something, there's padded floor that I will at most probably break a bone. Probably not gonna die. At least I'll get some kind of something out of that. Well, but if I go and it's, my own fault for our equipment, and it's like, well, I get nothing. I'm like, I don't even want to do that. I am being risk adverse at that scenario.
Yeah,
But in a gym, I'm down to do mostly anything, just not overhang and do that cupping thing. That's
So he
Much.
puts his hand in a crevice,
Mm-hmm.
and he just kind of expands his hand so it kind of.
Yeah, so I think it's mostly, this is a while ago, I think I watched a video 10 years ago or something, but it's mostly like the side of your hand, like the palm and down the pinky, because you have so much surface area there, and then you want to lock your knuckles on the other side. And you just, the callus you have to build up to not, I mean, you're still in pain most likely, but like the callus and everything, but you're shoving, he's like, the big thing is you're shoving the tips of your fingers into the rock as much as you possibly can.
Wow.
And you get kind of a locking start from there. And then you force blood flow, and you get all the surface area touching with all the chalk against the rock. And so you're hoping the rock in there has grip a bit, and you're also hoping that the crevice narrows so that it locks your fingers. And then there's little like individual tricks you can do to pull it out and whatnot. But he's like, yeah, here's an example. He shoved his hand in the rock, and he just does this like minor cupping thing. It doesn't look like it does much, and he lets go of everything. And the way he lets go is he gradually did it, so it's not all at once, of course, but he like gradually let go, and he's like, see, and I'm just dangling, and whatever, and he's like, and I just, and come back, and
Wow.
that's how you do it.
The amount of wrist and hand strength in general that goes into that. I already get stuff from like basketball or like playing like more demanding games on your hands and stuff like that, and like playing guitar.
Yeah.
I don't even want to imagine.
I'd have to lose like 40 or 50 pounds.
Yeah, that's also the
to
weight.
even be the right weight to, there's no
see
chance.
those fingerboard climbing things where you gotta like 1 or 2 inches of just
Yeah,
and then
it's
just
like
hold your weight with
single
that.
knuckle.
single knuckle in there. It's like, how do people do
Yeah,
that?
people do that too. They'll go like this, and then they'll try their middle fingers and look at their ring.
Much respect to all of you that do that. You guys truly are carrying on the legacy of, you know, of Homo sapiens, and where we've come from. You guys are the true inheritors of all of that, because the rest of us, we're too domesticated.
Oh, we all-
you guys?
We all still have this here, right?
Yeah.
We all still have it.
Yeah.
We didn't. There's some people out there. They're more evolved than us. They don't have this no more.
Evolved.
Is
that an indicator of
Yeah,
evolution?
no, that's our climbing days when we were still brachial, you know.
Oh, interesting.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Mine's over
If you
here.
pump it a couple times, it comes out a little more. It looks like. Yeah, yours is off to the right.
Yeah.
Jay's got index
I'm
strength.
a freak.
It's right on your thumb.
So, moving on now. Fantastic Pokemon and where to find them. The Harry Potter portion of this. What if the fantastical beasts in Harry Potter were actually just Pokemon? You can catch them. Maybe they would have like a wizard or like mage punk style Pokeball. That'd be pretty sick.
Yo.
Yeah, if anyone draws or something, I don't know if you want to do something like
Mage
that. Maybe we can.
Pokeball.
I imagine it would look like a lot like the Hisuian Pokeball. Have you seen?
I don't think
Yeah.
so. This
Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
look a lot like that.
And then with random like glowing electricity, because that's just what all.
But
mage
why
punk
does
has.
like technology not work on Harry Potter? Like, why do they're like, you can't use technology over there. Like the magic doesn't go well with it. Except there's.
Is that
flying
like
cars.
in the lore?
That's in the lore.
You can't use technology.
They try to write out guns so they can have green guns with
Yeah.
blue ones.
Mhm.
And so, you know, in this world, they also train you on how to train Pokemon, or whatever they would call it if that actually existed. Defense against the dark arts, and then Pokemon battling. They're right next to each other. It's a dual class. Like the first semester is defense against dark arts, and the next one is a Pokemon type in battle. So we're gonna get started, go straight into it. You're not gonna believe it. The story's named after Harry Potter, and the first person we're gonna talk about is Harry Potter.
Yep.
Right.
What's the most poster boy Pokemon
Pokemon.
you can think of?
Pikachu. You gotta put Pikachu. He's got that lightning-shaped scar. You know, I thought it would be cute if
Yeah.
Pikachu
Yeah, it's
had a
actually
lightning.
kind of,
escape-
it's kind of
scar.
hilarious.
Yeah.
They both got the scar.
Yeah, main character energy.
What's
Makes
funny
sense.
too is I think most people, I don't know if I should say most people I've met, but a lot of people pick Charizard and Charmander as their first Pokemon
Mhm.
in Fire Red or in like in Red and whatever.
It's popular for a reason.
Yeah, so I feel like I do like the Charizard pick for this one too. It's it's like Gryffindor-esque.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's a Gryffindor's pick. Strong, leader type, headstrong Pokemon.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reason another reasoning I used is, you know how he goes up against, like, they have to fight dragons, right?
Yeah.
This is, like, the Hungarian horntail dragon looks a lot like Mega Charizard Y.
I
Yeah.
like that point a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, so you can have a Mega if he wants to. You can have a Z move with Pikachu, and then Because he has Charizard, you can also have a Gigantamax. You can have everything. There you go.
Might as well, right?
Also, Sawsbuck as the stag for the Patronus is cool, even with for the
Yeah,
spring one. I
that's
like
actually
that.
cool. The
Braviary-
Arbok for the being
For
a
the
Horcrux
snakes.
is
Yeah.
insane.
And
Yeah,
then
it was
Parcel
like-
Tongue,
Yeah, because he has parcel tongue. He knows parcel tongue, and then one of the first scenes where he uses his abilities is like when they're at the snake enclosure and he has Dudley fall into the
Yep.
snake, and the snake's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
thank you."
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for all of these. I love it too because
I forget how many Pokemon there are in order to make this such an easy. We have this one to use and that one to use, and there's the reason.
isn't there like 1,200 or something now?
About 1,000.
They broke 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Are we there?
My fault. 1,025.
Maybe every 5.
Walking weight.
I think this would be a fun thing. Let's compare whose team on paper should be the
Did we ta-
strongest after this.
Oh yeah, for sure. Did we talk about how I want Noctowl on this team for Hedwig?
Hedwig, we
Yeah.
did not, but it makes sense. Honestly, this team is perfect to match a lot of the themes of Harry.
Trust
now, how
me.
strong is it? I'm gonna give it like a
It's like a 4.
yeah. I'm gonna
It's
give
like
it
a 3.
So it has the main. I'm gonna give the
3
main
of them
character
carry.
buff. I'm gonna give him the main
Pikachu,
character
Charizard,
buff.
and then Braviary. I thought he was like a hippogriff.
Yeah, he's
Hisuian Braviary specifically.
so Braviary is a solid Pokemon. Sawsbuck is better than people think. Arbok and Noctowl kind of bring it down a bit, but we know the Pikachu would be going crazy because he's the main character.
Well, if it's like
So-
lore TV show Pikachu,
Yeah.
he only needs Pikachu. But
Yeah.
if,
and
but
so he
if
loses
it's
to Paris.
if we're playing, I feel like I don't play competitive Pokemon.
Mhm.
They do. Unevolved Pokemon
yeah,
has a chance.
He's getting clopped. I mean, he's gonna
He's
have
getting thunderclap.
he's gonna have Light Ball, and then he's gonna be able to do like Pokezinium.
Yeah, and it's got to be a
Whatever.
partner Pikachu with the consumed, like, he ate the light ball, so he can have another
Yeah,
Eviolite after that.
Hey, we're gonna give him the main character buff.
Eviolite,
Just
yeah.
It's the
Consumed Eviolite, consumed light
let's
ball.
go Pikachu.
Yeah, let's
The
go Pikachu.
overpowered one. So there you go. So Harry, solid team. I'm gonna give him a 5 or 6 out of 10, especially without the main character buff.
I liked Hermione's package with the Alolan Meowth. I thought that was funny because her Crookshanks is like supposed to be goofy in the
Her-
books.
her-
like
her
it's a
ugly
really
cat.
ugly cat.
Uh,
Yeah, and Alolan Meowth looks rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Everybody will get their Patronus basically, huh?
Yeah, I think
That's
everyone
fine.
would get the Patronus.
and the Alakazam 5000. Yeah, she's the brightest trainer of her age. That's,
Right.
That's hilarious. That just
Oh,
makes
but
too
dude,
much
because
sense.
that's like how she was supposed to look like
Yeah.
in the book.
Oh,
Mhm.
can I add something to Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Really quick.
Yeah.
I was gonna go for if they had the ability to capture a legendary, whose would Harry
Ooh,
be?
yeah, that's a good one.
Because I had
Who would
one
go
for
for-
I had one for Hermione, and I'll let you know in a second.
Okay,
but
what would you use for Harry Potter?
Harry Potter legendary.
What's one that's for
Oh,
like,
let's see if we can. Let's all think of one because I don't have one.
I would give Harry maybe Ho-Oh.
Ho-Oh? That might be a good one for him. Well, here's the thing. I feel like Dumbledore would have Ho-Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we give him Victini.
Victini.
What is that?
Because that
The
so
victory Pokemon?
imagine
Show me that.
Imagine Celebi and Jirachi style. Do you know
Yeah,
those
yeah.
guys?
I know
Those look
Celebi,
like Mew,
yeah.
Mew,
Those-
like they all look
yeah.
like those like
Oh, the
fairy
cutesy.
kind of ones.
Yeah.
Victini is the Pokemon of victory. It's said that whoever has this Pokemon on their side is always guaranteed victory.
Ooh.
He doesn't look. Listen, he doesn't
Ooh.
look insane. But just because Harry's the boy that lived, or
Yeah.
the boy that lived, I'm like, it would fit the lore.
It fits the lore.
It fits the lore if you just gave him like, oh, he has the Pokemon of victory.
Harry would totally pull that out too. He'd pull the Sorcerer's Stone out, and he'd be
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, me and Victini found this last week," and everybody in the room would like fall upside down anime style,
Yeah.
and they'd be like, "What do you mean, Victini?" And he's like, "We've been friends for years."
Yeah, they're like, you just had him? Yeah, he just always for some reason likes to walk around in the invisibility cloak.
Yeah, we watch movies every night.
I was gonna
And-
say, oh, maybe Ho-Oh for Dumbledore, but actually, I think I do like Ho-Oh for Harry, and Dumbledore
Yeah.
could have like Moltres or something.
Dumbledore gets Moltres. Let's
Oh,
go.
God.
No, knowing Dumbledore, Dumbledore would have all 3 birds.
All 3 birds.
He would just pull them out.
Dumbledore, automatically just gets all a bunch of legendaries.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
He gets all 3 birds. He gets Kyogre. Let's go
So-
through Hermione's and then we'll end hers
Yeah.
with a legendary.
Otter Patronus, Dewott. Okay.
Yeah, Duat. I think that fits her Otter Patronus.
I didn't know her Patronus was an otter.
Yeah,
Okay, now I remember from the movie now, yeah.
I think that's.
I thought that was one of my favorite
Espeon,
Patronus.
bright, wise,
actually.
cat-like. I mean,
Espeon. I kind of just threw it in there, but I
Yeah,
think it
I
kind of fits her.
she
It
likes
does.
cats. You know,
She likes cats.
Yeah.
Alakazam.
I can
is
see her
smart.
with a Ninetales too.
I see it.
Oh, Ninetales would
Yeah.
be a good one for her.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
guess I'm getting Fire and Gryffindor put in,
Mhm.
but I'm not trying to.
Bruxish. Her parents are dentists.
I just like
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
yeah,
go.
just teeth. I thought about like, oh, let's use her background a little.
I
bit.
do see this trend right now that she is like half a psychic trainer
Yeah.
basically, and I think that's good and fine.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like she would have a Fire type on her team.
How about Suicune?
Suicune. Oh,
Another cat-like. Water.
Suicune looks the most like a dog, I will say.
Yeah. Okay.
oh, you're saying for legendary? I was just saying
For
in her
her
regular
legendary.
team, I could see her having like a Fire type, like a.
Bro, I'm just
Wait,
gonna start
what's-
getting them. I'm
What's
getting
Torchic's?
Blaziken?
Blaziken. I
I
can see
mean-
her having a pocketed Blaziken out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
know why.
I could get some May energy from her, so she could have a Blaziken.
Like, Alakazam would be out floating with her all the time, walking around, but then Blaziken, or maybe the Otter.
I'm pulling a legendary thing again
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
lore. I'm giving her Celebi.
Time Turner.
Time
oh,
Turner.
Okay.
You guys have
alright.
Time Turner. He's
Time Turner.
Okay.
I like that. Ooh,
Yeah.
if we just get okay, we've done mythical so far. What about mythical and legendary? Because
Oh, to me that's the same.
Yeah, they're the same. They're basically the same.
I mean,
Dun, dun, dun. I was gonna say, give her Mewtwo.
Mew.
But that's
Nah,
Uh,
no.
Are we actually doing mythical
Mewtwo?
legendary?
I would say Mewtwo.
Mewtwo.
That
for
would be her legendary.
I have a better choice for Mewtwo.
You think so?
Actually,
Oh, okay.
yes. For sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
I could see her having the massive trump card of a Mewtwo, just out of absolutely like everybody in the room being completely dumbfounded by having the victory Pokemon for Harry. I think she would be like, "Oh yeah, that's a smart call. You know what else is a smart call?" Bam! And Mewtwo comes out and he's like, "You know, of all people, she convinced me that I should be bound within her Pokemon."
Ooh, I'm trying to think about a legendary.
And we'll
So I
just
wanna
give
her
everyone a
s-
Swords of Justice. We'll give the big three Swords
Each
of
of
Justice.
sorts, man. Yeah, that's fine. Why not?
We'll give, or we could give Harry the Keldeo and someone else the.
Yeah, we'll give her
No, give her
Keldeo. I think I know who that needs to go to. You know what? She should get one of the dragon duo.
One of the dragon duos? Truth, right?
Truth. I think
Truth.
she should get Truth.
So that's Reshiram, right?
yeah, I think she should get Reshiram.
Okay, I see that.
Dang it, Mark, I'm gonna have to phone a friend. What is that?
So Reshiram.
And then I think Ron would get the other one. the
Okay,
counterpart.
yeah.
Oh, hell
Reshiram,
yeah.
Yeah, and then
Hell yeah.
and Ron would. Okay.
I can
I
see
like
her
it.
pulling that out. Oh man. that would
Okay,
be insane.
actually, I like that idea.
Wait,
If-
what?
if
What's
she has
the?
a Reshiram
What's the?
and Zekrom?
Wait, no. What's the attribute associated?
Truth.
Truth.
And what's the other
lore,
one?
Ideals.
Ideals.
The lore is there's these two brothers that had this dragon, and they're like, oh, like to rule the country, we gotta go by truth, and the other guy's like, no, the ideals, and then the dragon split, and then this one went with one king, and the other one went with the other king.
But let's rank Hermione's team. I will tell you this: if Hermione's going up against Harry,
Oh, okay.
and
Absolutely.
with this team without the legendaries especially,
No, with,
she's getting clapped.
yeah, it's all on
Well, because
Alex-
we're gonna have
Alakazam.
a Let's Go
Espeon.
We're gonna have a Let's Go Pikachu running rampant. I think I want to give her the same as Harry.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
I'm gonna give her like a 5 out of 10 for like this team, and then if we throw the legendaries and other stuff in that we just assigned, then you know everything's out of whack.
Both,
I think
both
base-
5s though.
Let's do base team. Like they like this is the team they make at the school. So now
Ron Weasley. He's the prefect and the keeper. Rattata.
for Scabbers.
That's
Scabbers.
hilarious.
Rattata for Scabbers.
Yeah. What else we got?
Unless you want it to look like Peter Pettigrew, you could like pick like Eradicate or like
Yeah.
the Alolan variant.
a Herdier. All right.
He's got a Jack Russell Terrier Patronus, so I thought Herdier would be a good
That's hilarious. Okay, a
Rowlet.
Rowlet. His tiny
Yeah.
Rowlet.
one. So he's got a. So they've got a family owl. The Weasleys have like a family owl,
and it's like
and it's not that one that comes in. But apparently, I didn't know he's got like his own personal owl, and it's small. It's called Pigwidgeon or Pigwidgeon, and I thought Rowlet's a tiny owl.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that works.
And then
Slugma eat slugs.
yeah,
That's
so
funny.
when he tries to do that on Draco, he's like, eat slugs, and it rebounds into him.
But here's what I would say. I want to get rid of some of the slugs.
Okay, that's fine.
We
Shellos
give
and
him. We give him.
Are you doing
Mudsdale?
Mudsdale? Why?
Because when he's the knight at the chess
Oh, okay,
table,
I like that. I like that.
and he's just
Give
on
him
the big
Mudsdale.
horse,
Mhm.
we just have that for that.
Should we give him some, like, what does he have and what does he not, like, what is he missing in his thing? He's got a normal type, 2 of them.
Well, I mean, I'm not really going off that. I'm going off of stuff, you know.
Like
Just lore?
Yeah,
Like,
just
what do
from
we
lore.
know about Ron?
Spiders?
What are things
He
that
hates
encounters?
spiders?
He hates spiders.
So he would have something. He hates spiders. So he'd
spider
have something
killer?
to get rid of spiders.
And
What
would
gets
that
rid of
be?
what, fire?
So there's birds that
Birds.
eat insects.
Sure.
I mean, I guess there's other insects.
Who the oldest or one of the brothers is like a dragon tamer, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he could get like a
So
dragon.
that's I feel like that's
He could get a Dratini.
Dratini, he could get Dratini.
Or a
Goomy's
Dragonite
kind of that.
I got it.
thing.
Because he has a big family
Yeah.
and they're very tight.
Household.
We give him
Household.
household.
So it's a family of mice, and that's the Pokemon.
Now that is hilarious. What is what's his legendary?
So we were thinking the
Swords are
dragon.
just. Oh yeah, the Zekrom for him.
He also has to wear the big bird outfit for the ball. Is there any crows?
Bird outfit.
Oh well, bird outfit. He doesn't like spiders. Birds eat spiders. We gotta give him a bird.
What's the
Bird.
big? What's the black
bird?
crow Pokemon that wears the hat or something?
Oh wait, I have a better one.
There's Honchkrow.
We can give him Corviknight
Corviknight.
because it also kind of fits into the knight. So like the Mudsdale
that's
is the
funny.
horse that he has, and then he also has a Corviknight.
Yeah.
And then it also so he wears the bird outfit.
Yep.
Birds also eat
Yeah.
spiders.
Corviknight.
And it's
I'm gonna be honestly, and he looks rough. I would also give him Tanglion.
I'm not gonna tangle him.
He's always so rough. He just looks like a mess.
So we leave him with one of the slugs. Which slugs should we leave him with? Do we want to just say
I
because
think
we
slug-
give
I feel like
Goomy?
because Goomy does the he had hand me down from his dragon.
Yeah, he's
tamer
like,
brother.
here you go. And
Here's
he's
a
like, I'm a
Goomy.
dragon tamer. Here you go. And he's like, what's this? This isn't a dragon. And then as it evolves, it becomes
Yeah,
more
blue
dragon-esque.
yeah.
What does it look
I like
like
that.
Yeah. He's
Okay, so I like that. So we're doing Goomy at least off the bat.
It's a
Mousehole,
Oh, it's
Herdier, Rowlet,
It's a shiny school.
Corviknight, Mudsdale.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm gonna be real.
He's
I'm gonna
got
give him
the
like
best
a,
team.
yeah, he has like an 8 or
He's got the
7 out of
best
10,
team already.
especially- I think Ron has a pretty strong team. What are we giving him?
What is he? What is his team weak against then? With what you just said, you said it was Charizard.
Fire.
It doesn't.
He doesn't have a fire
it
counter
does-
if
it
we
doesn't
take
have
out
a
the
par-
shallows.
It doesn't have a particular answer to Charizard, and if it's
Not
Mega
Slugma's
Charizard,
evolution.
well, we
Oh, I mean,
we
fire
got
rock.
rid of it.
Well, oh yeah,
Oh,
we're
it's
getting
Goomy.
rid of.
He gets
Yeah,
Goomy.
we are dropping the rest of the slugs just to give them like Corviknight and Mudsdale.
Yeah, and like to be fair, like Mudsdale doesn't do bad either.
Mm-hmm.
So like I think he has enough answers to handle the team. Mudsdale hard counters freaking Pikachu.
Yeah, right.
So and that's his other strongest Pokemon. So everything else, I think that Ron so far is the best.
Okay.
But mythical wise, what are we giving him? Do we just
Not a
slap
mythical?
Jirachi on him and call it a day?
Give him Jirachi? Yeah, sure. I give
We'll
him
give him
Jirachi.
Jirachi. Slap Jirachi.
So his
Are there
brothers.
two
the
genies?
wish Pokemon.
Are there two genies?
Volo Riddle. Who shall not be named, even though I just named
You just named him.
Voldemort.
Voldemort.
Alright.
Survivor, easy. Nagini.
Yep. Shiny Rapidash because it's a unicorn.
Yeah, he eats unicorns.
Yep. Cubone, bones from his father.
Yeah.
Eradicate, flesh from Wormtail. Ridiculous, blood from Harry Potter. Shiny Rayquaza, big black snake. Makes sense to me.
You gave him Rayquaza?
Yeah. Oh, he's got to be feared for a reason, right?
You know what? I like that because he's a big bad. He's already established as a.
What if you just
adult.
gave him the devil Pokemon?
I was gonna say we just give him 2 legendaries
Yeah. Give him.
and just give him freaking
Giratina?
Giratina. Just full send it.
Giratina, I don't know. Maybe He
You
has,
know
he
what?
has the snake art.
You know
Let's
what?
take Rayquaza out.
You know what?
Who's his 6th? Take Rayquaza
We
out.
give Kyurem.
We give him Kyurem.
We give him Kyurem, so he has a reason to go after those two, and then he wants Harry for Victini, so that way he can guarantee victory with Kyurem. So that it all ties in together.
There you go.
Okay.
Every single one from that gen ties in together.
There you go.
Game Freak.
The dungeon.
Need to step up your game. We need Pokemon to fill out the Voldemort Horcrux list.
We need a book Pokemon, a necklace
One
Pokemon.
necklace. We need all of those. All right. Well, I think that's basically it for him. We'll just slap Giratina and
Sure.
freaking.
As a team though, this is not.
It's not a good team, dude. I don't know how he became the most feared. He's gonna get clocked by a guy that's gonna appear on this list. I swear it. Snape.
He has all
Reverence.
deers.
He's that
Oh.
obsessed.
He's got a big nose.
He's that obsessed. Oh my god.
That's so good.
So
I like this.
his Patronus is the doe. He's so obsessed with Lily Potter or Lily, whatever her name used to be.
We just give him 30 seconds.
So I just gave him 4 Deerling. I was thinking which Deerling would be best for him. I feel like the Winter Deerling, maybe the brown one, and then I feel like maybe Lily had the pink one or
Yeah.
something.
Makes sense. Okay, so Roman's is for potions. I like it. Nose pass because he's the big nose. That makes
Yeah.
sense to me.
Umbreon makes sense.
Yeah, Umbreon makes sense. Absol, aware dangerous. It's a strategic Pokemon. I like that as well. We're going with the. Actually, you know what? Darkrai would make. That's
Darkrai
the
for him. Nightmare.
1,000,000%.
What's the Pensieve? That kind of is a dream, right?
Yeah.
Memories.
I'm trying to find something instead of Crobat.
Potions.
Is there a Pokemon with like memory? Or, like,
memories?
something?
Memory Pokemon. I don't remember.
Or even just creativity, because he's extremely creative when it comes to.
Oh yeah, with his potions.
Oh, yeah, he says-
No, he makes his own spells too.
He made it. He also made his own
He's
spells.
extremely.
Well, that's where Harry
intelligent.
got it, right?
No,
From
give him
the-
Mewtwo.
from his there?
Give Darkrai. No. We all know he's not a bad guy. He knows he's not a bad guy. He just hates
No
Harry.
one else knows he's not a bad guy. Everyone else thinks he's a bad guy.
That kind of fits with me too as well.
But no one else assumes he's a bad guy.
Everyone assumes he's a bad guy.
I think
Everyone except
stereotypically,
Dumbledore.
but the logic isn't.
No, the logic
everyone
is
except
he used to be a
Dumbledore
Death
is
Eater. Yeah.
Yeah, he
He's
was a
wary
Death
of him.
Eater. Harry and all of them the entire time think that he's the one jinxing Harry's broom, even though he actively was trying to save
Well,
it.
That's
instead.
only the kids think that. That's what I'm.
No,
getting at.
it's
Like,
not just the kids, but the others knew he was a Death Eater. They keep it on the hush hush. They all mistrust Snape. All of them. The only one that doesn't mistrust Snape at all is Dumbledore, because he knows that Snape's basically a double agent. He's the only one that doesn't distrust him at all.
I always thought the teachers didn't have any issues.
They didn't.
I don't think McGonagall has issues.
'Cause, like,
McGonagall
he's-
didn't have like a straight up issue with him when he was a teacher. She was just more of like I'm professional with you. It's not a, oh boy, I would trust my kids with you.
Yeah, we hang out on the weekends.
Yeah, it's
I
not
got
a.
Darkrai?
Because Darkrai, like you look at him and he looks all dark and like whatever, and he puts people to sleep in nightmares. But then turns out Darkrai is actually just a good guy.
Yeah.
Like Mewtwo straight up will murk you. Like Darkrai won't just murk you. Mewtwo actively is like, yeah, you pissed me off. Perish. So his team, Deerling, Aromatisse, Nosepass, Absol, Umbreon, Crobat, not particularly strong.
Crobat's not particularly strong.
I mean, it's good. No,
It's good.
Crobat's it's probably his best Pokemon, other than Umbreon. But all the others just not that great.
I was gonna say, oh man, he's not a battler either, but he's actually like canonically like the best duelist professor.
Yeah, he's
Like-
really strong.
That's why I'm kind of thinking, do we get rid of all the deer? No, he
We
only
can-
has one.
Well, we'll give him 1 deer.
Oh, okay.
I
thought
mean, maybe
for
it's
some
his like kind of like it doesn't battle but just hangs out.
His Umbreon could just be like OP. It just shows up and beats up.
Sure.
And then Crobat. I mean, Darkrai is really strong. We're not counting Darkrai, but like he in these team things. Let's just break the rules. We give him a Flutter Mane. There we go. There you go. Just give him Flutter Mane just to boost the team from like a 5 to like a 7.
Yeah.
Just to make his team stronger. Just get rid of Crobat, give him Flutter Mane, and then.
Well, we could remove Deerling as a battler, and you put.
It's okay. Like I think
Deerling doesn't need to be.
I
a
like
battler.
keeping the lore there.
Yeah. Okay.
And Flutter Mane, he flutters away. He
Flounces,
he flourishes.
yeah, I get
whatever.
it. Sure.
I want to question Severus. Be like, hey, Professor Snape. I noticed
We didn't give
in
him a
class last week you had a nose pass. I just wanted to know, like, why.
When it evolves, though, it's not
Just to bug
that
him.
bad, I guess. It evolves into the a not good Bronzong.
What's it called? When I'm on camera, I'm like, I don't know, what are these Pokemon called? But I'm like, ask me outside, I'm like, oh yeah, of course.
Damn, what would we give him Deoxys?
Give him Deoxys.
He gets Deoxys because he's looking for his other half, but he can never have it because she got taken.
I like that.
There we go.
And he has many modes and many faces because he has many roles.
Deoxys is a mythical, right?
Yes.
We're breaking the rules. He gets Deoxys and Darkrai.
Alright.
We are here
Oh, Jay, you joined us.
to talk about Dumbledore. Please don't mind my Patronus. Because we're going to do a speed run with him. We're going to just make all of his stuff right now. What are we thinking? So,
His Patronus is the Phoenix. Are we gonna go for like a legendary Phoenix right away, or?
We could split it.
if we're giving Ho, I guess, to another person, or like potentially to another person, I guess we can do with a different Firebird.
Okay.
But, yeah, I'm thinking we do Talonflame.
Talonflame. Talonflame's a Firebird.
That is a
That's-
Firebird. And I was thinking we should go for,
The 4
since
houses.
he's the headmaster, 4 houses.
Yeah.
So
So,
one for each house.
I was thinking Arcanine for Gryffindor, lion dog thing, right?
Yeah.
Fits. What do you think for Slytherin?
It's gotta be a snake. I was like thinking like Arcanine or like I'm not Arcanine. Arbok.
I don't know the other
Yeah.
snakes, to be honest.
Arbok,
So for me-
Survivor or whatever. I'm like, I don't know. And then we were looking through some snake Pokemon earlier, and we're like, oh, you said Superior.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, green snake? I don't know why we didn't.
And it's a serpent. It's basically the same thing.
I almost wanted to give him Rayquaza right here because I'm like, I don't know any green snakes. They don't have green
Superior
snakes.
is like regal too.
It's Regal too.
Yeah,
so that
it
works
has that
well for
gold.
this guy.
This one I'm thinking is pure aesthetics. It looks close enough. Honchkrow for Ravenclaw.
Honchkrow.
Just
Classic.
beefy, sick ass bird. Yes, I know it's a crow, but Ravenclaw's called Ravenclaw, and its mascot is an eagle. Galarian Lanoon, I guess, for Hufflepuff because
It's a badger.
That doesn't suck. Listen, Dumbledore's gonna have a good team. He has to have a good team. And then the last one,
Wait, what about Tentacruel? Cause he's like the Kraken. in
I don't
the-
remember this
Alright.
Kraken.
yeah, what do you mean?
There's like a crack at the end of the 8th movie. There's like a Kraken in the lake. Like when he dies, he becomes the Kraken in the lake, or he imbues. I don't know. It's something when he dies.
He
But at the
did
end of the
like
movie, there's like a
Spoilers
Kraken.
for Moana, but he did like a Gravatala kind of.
I guess so. But
Stingray.
at the very end of the movie, they're like panning out, and then you just see this like flutter in the water going
Uh-huh.
out to like the rest of the lake or the ocean. I don't know how big the lake is, but yeah, he becomes a Kraken.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't know that. Listen,
So-
I'm learning all the time on the podcast.
In Albus Potter, the Cursed Child, we're gonna see Kraken Dumbledore.
I hope so.
Make a
I hope he
cameo.
takes the entire. Wait, is that a movie or is that a?
It's a play.
It is a play.
Cursed
Okay,
Child,
I hope
yeah.
it takes the entire stage up. I was gonna say stage.
Yeah.
Didn't know if it was a movie or not.
No,
so I was
It's
like,
probably gonna be a movie
yeah.
eventually,
Okay.
knowing Hollywood. Now for legendaries, I've been saving this one.
Yeah, Jay's finally gonna.
I want to give him Mewtwo. I
Mewtwo?
think Mewtwo. Listen, Mewtwo would have mutual respect for this man. He would respect his wisdom, his restraint, and other things. Especially to the point that he's gotten. It's like Mewtwo would be like, "But you're so powerful." It's like you're so powerful than everybody else, and you can do all these things, make all these changes. And Dumbledore would be like, "Listen, but that wouldn't solve all the issues. Just making people do things, forcing them to do things with just my power
Yeah.
alone." He's like, "I wouldn't necessarily solve everything," and then Mewtwo would be like, I guess. I think it's funny. I think Mewtwo would kind of like, I'm not gonna say overtly look up to him, but like kind of. You would
I see what
admire
you're
him a
saying.
It'd
bit.
be equals or something. Or
Yeah, because
it would be like there'd be
You respect
a
him.
respect.
Yeah, Mewtwo is one of the most powerful Pokemon ever, and he's
Like-
also smart. Dumbledore, most powerful mage.
Why not Ho-Oh?
It could be Ho.
Why not?
It's fine. We could do Ho.
I mean, we have the Talonflame, right? We have the Talonflame.
Yeah.
What if we just gave him a full legendary team?
I like it.
I'm saying we give him. Okay, so would Fox be Ho-Oh or would Fox be Moltres?
It would be Ho.
Because
Oh,
I
wait,
kind
no.
of like. Okay, I like the imagery of
Ho-Oh
Moltres
is a
his Fox.
Firebird.
I say Moltres is his Fox, and Ho-Oh comes out of his Patronus.
It all doesn't need to match up like this because you haven't
No,
done
it doesn't.
But the problem is, Fox actually is a phoenix that is reborn from fire, and the Patronus is just the Patronus.
True.
So like Moltres, as far as we know, just can't do that. But Ho probably can because he made
The
legendary
Sacred
beast.
Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made the legendary beast.
So like he can come back. So he actually is like Phoenix-esque.
Oh, you bring up the legendary beast. I thought, what if we gave like legendary versions of each of the house, like
Animals?
Animals.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, would you think Entei would work
Entei
for
representation.
Like, Gryffindor?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. That definitely
Yeah.
works.
Well, yeah. Well, I remember we had the serpent debacle.
So this is where we can use Rayquaza, right?
Yeah, we
Use
Yeah,
regular
makes
Rayquaza because
Yeah.
it's green.
Yeah,
It's green,
and
right?
then we have
That's true.
the black for Voldemort, right?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
also-
So
works.
so that would be a
Yeah.
good like kind of duality. Is there
Black
like a
bird.
black bird that would work for Ravenclaw?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. I just not really off the top of my head that I can
See,
think
because
of.
I was thinking like Shadow Lugia.
I
don't
Oh,
really
that's a
fits.
deep pool.
I
like that.
literally don't know what.
So
Shadow
Shadow Lugia is
Lugia.
from.
I was happy we haven't brought up Lugia this entire time.
So Shadow Lugia is from a game called Pokemon XD, which is
Oh, I
a
remember that.
sequel to
Pokemon Coliseum.
Pokemon Coliseum.
Mhm.
So
Good game. Now,
Yeah.
where are you gonna pull for Hufflepuff? What legendary are you gonna
there's
pull
no
for?
legendary
Yeah.
Badger, right?
Game Freak.
So I tried to think
Arceus.
of like, okay, what about Urshifu? Is that too big? Is
I
that
don't
too?
even know.
I mean, if you told me when I look at Urshifu, you're like, yeah, that's an anthropomorphized
Bear?
badger. or
Yeah, but
whatever.
it is a bear.
It is a bear. If you told me it was an anthropomorphized badger, I'd believe you.
Its name is Ursa, though. It comes from Ursa.
I mean, but he's black and yellow.
Ursa.
No,
Shit.
Urshi.
Urshi.
Like a Urshi's
Yeah,
bar.
yeah, like a Urshi bar, right.
Like,
Right,
oh,
right,
that's where the
right,
sheep.
right.
Oh, I just
Shifu
realized
means master.
Shifu means
Yeah, yeah,
master.
yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute. So you told me that in Kung Fu Panda his name is Master Master?
Yes.
I know. I mean, that's just Dumbledore's teams. We got Legendary and a more down to earth one, but let's be real. He would have had an all Legendary team. He would have had 17 Mewtwo's. He would have had Mewtwo, 3, 4,
And
5,
two RCI.
Yeah.
RCI.
I guess that was all the
That was everything.
important characters from Harry Potter got Pokemon teams.
Yeah.
So
Who's Jake?
if they were not important to the story at all, then they were not included on this list. So I'm happy that
Taylor Swift was not on this list.
Taylor Swift is confirmed to
We
not
forgot
be on this
Hagrid.
list.
So, alright, guys. It's been real on this episode 15. Thank you for joining us for climbing Dwayne The Rock Johnson to Harry Potter X Pokemon Hunter x Hunter.
With a hint of Kung Fu Panda lore.
Yes. With a very
Join us next time when we watch
heavy-handed-
all of the Kung Fu Panda media.
Yeah.
Yes.
Read all the
Uh,
Kung Fu Panda books and comics.
It is 100% definitely happening.
Which
I'm
humans?
also a politician.
Which humans would the Beastars have?
Mm.
That'd be a good one. Tune in next time. We'll see you. Goodbye.